everyone. In this video, I'm going to show what materials I've prepared for my pupils for distance learning for 1 week of mathematics lessons in Year 6. And then I'm going to show how I'm going to upload them to Google Classroom in such a way that the pupils have access to the right materials in the right way, that they can edit the right things and see the right things, and so that it facilitates you being able to see what the pupils are doing in real time. So let's start with the planning. It's our standard weekly planning. The only difference is this has been prepared for upload by taking away all references to individual pupils, completely anonymous, because parents might have access to this document. So, lesson 1. In each lesson, I've uploaded the slides for the lesson in question. So this is from the White Rose, and I've edited it somewhat to adapt for my class. For the activity for lesson 1, I've used the worksheet materials from the White Rose plus some additional materials that I've used from the Diving into Mastery series to come up with 3 worksheets. This is worksheet A, which is for my lower ability pupils. And in all cases, they have the question exactly as it appears from the worksheet and an answer box that they can fill in. And I'll show them in the lesson how to do that. In this particular case, I'll set it so that each pupil has their own document that they can edit, but it won't be visible to anybody else. There's also a YouTube video I found that I'm going to put with those materials just in case any pupils are doing it asynchronously. Lesson 2, same story with the White Rose planning. And in this case, I'm also putting it with a Google Forms quiz rather than an interactive document this time. In this case, I've kept it all multiple choice so that the kids can get their answers straight away at the end, and they know exactly where they went wrong. It will show them where the answers were missed and what the right answer should have been. In lesson 3, again, there's PowerPoint slides that can go up there as well. For this one, I've chosen to use a multimedia text set, which is basically a step-by-step lesson. It's like a single document that does what a Nearpod module would do. It contains, first of all, setting the scene. Secondly, some links to YouTube videos and then some interactive activities that go with that. You get the idea. Bit of practice with some application, some practice through games, and I'm going to ask the pupils to paste their screenshots so that I know that they've been doing them. And lastly, a check of understanding. Once again, I'll set this for the kids so each kid has one document. Lesson 4, again, PowerPoint. In this case, the slides are the worksheet questions because I want to work through these questions one-on-one with the kids during the live lesson. For lesson 4, I've decided this time I'm going to let the kids have a go at working their way through a Nearpod lesson in their own time. And then finally, lesson 5, which will be an offline lesson for maths, I'm going to set the kids a close procedure related to the previous lesson's learning objectives. This will be offline, so there won't be any help given to the kids during this session. However, I'm going to leave the comments open for this particular task so they can reach me if necessary. In this case, this is an AI generated close procedure, and the drop downs contain the same terms that you find in the word bank here, but obviously not in the same order as the sheets here. And also there's a reminder to look at the previous lessons material on Google Classroom in case they get stuck. And lastly, for homework, I've set a Century Tech assignment, and I'm going to put that on there with a Google Gem. So, going to classwork. I want my materials all to appear under this topic here. I'll put them in the right order once they're all on there. So, for the planning, it's just material. I don't want any interactive materials on here. So, it's planning for term 3, week 1. And when we choose Google Drive, the good thing about the Google Drive access in Classroom, it shows you the most recent documents that you've had open or edited. So there it is. Add it there. I'll put it under week 1, and that's it, planning done. Now for the first assignment. In this case, I'm going to select assignment because it is an assigned piece of work with a due date that the children will be able to submit. So in this case, it's lesson 1 of term 3, week 1. Now, snappy description. Google Gemini have asked it for a snappy 50-word intro for each of the following 5 learning objectives, and it's come through in style. So let's put that in for week 1. Let's get rid of the markup to make sure it looks right. And now it looks gorgeous. So in this case, what do we need? I'm going to put on there, we need, first of all, lesson 1, PowerPoint. And let's find what we need. That one is showing because I edited it recently. I'll put my PowerPoint on there so students can view it, and now I'll show you where to find materials that don't show up straight away. I'm going to go to my drive and I'll find where I put them. They're in distance learning samples, and I need, there they are, there's the documents I need. Add all 3 of them and make it so that each student gets their own copy. During the lesson, I will show each pupil A and B and C, and I'll give them the choice of which one they want to have a go at. The easier one, not so easy one, and really not easy at all one. But as we get used to this format of work, I'm going to start asking pupils to do specific assignments that I choose for them. And lastly, we need the YouTube link. So in this case, I'll copy that link over there, and let's find it. Yeah, there it is. Now, the due date, in all cases, I'm going to set the due date 2 weeks ahead. No, that's wrong. 2 weeks ahead of the lesson date. So we're going to go with Monday, the 6th of April. And under week 1. And I'm going to leave it unmarked to make life easy for myself when I'm downloading all the assessment data, which I'll show you later. And that can be assigned now. Now the next assignment is going to be a forms quiz. This one takes a little bit of time to assign because what Google Classroom is doing is it's creating 15 copies of those Google Docs, 1 each for my kids. It does take a little bit of time. So let's do lesson 2. Let's get my snappy description. And once again, let's get rid of the markup. And in this case, what I want is my Google form and my PowerPoint. So it's lesson 2 and the form. Now, do I want them having it locked so they can't? No. In this case, I want to keep it open on Chromebooks so that pupils can refer back to the information. I'll start locking them a bit later when we're a bit more used to the format. Let's have this unmarked as well. Week 1, due date 2 weeks down the line, 23rd, 6th of April. And once again, we're good to go. Now, lesson 3 is the multimedia text set. So, assignment, lesson 3, week 1. Again, my nice snappy description. And let's see, so the material in this case, we need the PowerPoint again, lesson 3. And in this case, we need the multimedia text set, which is this one. And just like before, I want 1 per pupil. I want them to be able to edit their own, copy in their own screenshots, and so on. Once again, unmarked. Due date 2 weeks down the line, and into week 1. Okay, that one's ready. Now, lesson 4 is a Nearpod assignment that's also got a PowerPoint with it. So, snappy description again. And in this case, we're going to use a built-in feature on Nearpod that allows us to assign these things to the pupils to do in their own time, which I'm sure many teachers have already used before. So, we need first of all the PowerPoint, which is lesson 4. You remember this one looks a little bit different because I'm going to work through that with the kids. Unmarked. Now, Nearpod. This is the lesson I want to use, problem solving with percentages. And in this case, I want it to be student paced that will complete the assignment on their own. So here we are. And what we can do is copy the link and paste it as a link into Google Classroom. Just check in with Nearpod. Yes, it's well within the time. And there it is. So once again, due date 2 weeks down the line. Unmarked and good to go. Now the last lesson is going to be offline, so I'm going to make sure that I put that in my descriptor. And again, a snappy description. And in this case, we've got our close procedure. Which is this one. And that's it. That's all we need. Now, lastly, I want to post the homework. I'm going to post it as an assignment. And in this case, it's going to be a century assignment. And I'm also going to put with it a gem. Okay, so snappy descriptor for homework. Just copy that one in. Now, off the century tech. I've prepared an assignment with 5 nuggets. One of them is the diagnostic for this particular unit. And let me just double check what we've got. Yes, finding percentages of amounts, which ties in exactly what we've been doing this week. So here we've got the option to copy an assignment link for students. And I'm going to copy that into Google Classroom so that even if they don't open Century Tech separately, they can get to it through their Google Classroom. That's the idea, is that everything should be accessible via Google Classroom. Again, unmarked. Now, to go with this, I'm going to put a gem, which is, it's a bespoke application of the Gemini AI platform. And I'm going to ask it to produce some quiz-me's. Basically, what do we want? Every lesson of this week should feed in to that gem, so that when it opens, it focuses all its advice and help and diagnostic quizzes that it sets for the kids into this particular subject set. So as that's creating it, you'll see it creates a link here. I don't want it highlighted at the top of the class because that means it will show separate from term 3 week 1. That will just be with the homework. So let's have a look. So Here it is, and well, kids can type in whatever they want really. And I'll show you a bit more about gems and how they work in a future video. So if that's ready, let's set that again for 2 weeks hence and set it under term 3, week 1, and we're good to go. Now the last thing that I want to do before we finish off there is I want to make sure that the lessons appear in the order that they should be for the week. So I want homework at the end, planning at the top, and then lessons in order going down the line. And the idea is now any parent, any pupil comes into the class, they'll see the planning for the week, all the lesson materials and the homework at the end, and there can be absolutely no doubt about where to find things and to what to do with them. So there we are. I hope that was useful, and if you have any questions about any of the materials that I've shown you today, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section on this video or approach me in school if you work at BC Academy. Okay, thank you everybody.